Behind him, bro! Come on the shot, fam! Fuck him, man! You're
my friend them I make money by the board through a joppy rights board, born sacrifice, poor soul. Bitch with a appetite, short growth, make it slime slow, habit now you know soul. If you're not chop a line, you're not focus, but you want to try find time for the porno. No, bro. Cause it's tracky land on the float out, be my panny toll road, I know nothing to how you mean? Get the seal, have you put couple goes up on the ring? Man, I mean, you know see it, could the blood clot keep on me jeans. Tommy heel, when me beat, how me face white out when me bleed. Like I wanna be, you will bleed. Cause in that this a game, you no cheat. Money by the board, through a joppy rights board, born sacrifice, poor soul. Bitch with a appetite, short growth, make it slime slow, habit now you know soul. If you're not chop a line, you're not focus, but you want to try find time for the porno. No, bro. Cause it's tracky land when I float out, be my panny toll road, I know nothing to 1 million jump.
Done no big 95, you get me? We're out here on a part thing right now, but there's two things I want to say in it. Yeah. First thing, yeah, I've got a voice note, yeah, of the man them talking, yeah, of like how they see things in the hood, innit? Because most people think, say, yo, it's just me saying what I'm saying, yeah. But there's a lot of men saying what I'm saying behind the scenes, innit? Yeah. And now they're beginning to say their voice now as well, innit? They begin to like have enough now, innit? And say how they feel, innit? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slap on the voice note and let the man them see how 90% of the man them are feeling. Let's be honest now, innit? Yeah. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna speak too much on it. I'm just gonna let the voice note speak for itself, innit? And the second thing, I met someone today that's got like trying to change legislations for like people in care, youth in care, and that. She does a lot of community work, you get me? She's been through certain things herself, so she knows the pattern. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she knows how to, who knows better than someone that's been through a thing, innit? So obviously I got a little clip of her talking, and she's gonna speak to you and tell you like what I'm going about her thing now, innit? And obviously she left some like details where you can get to her kids that's in care, like parents that you get we need help, and that you can get to her through her Instagram or through her company or whatever. And she's speaking, yeah. She's actually changing legislations and trying to speak in Parliament, and that we need these people on our side, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, people that's got a voice for us, innit? Cause remember, we're from the roads and that, we ain't got no voice in Parliament. We're not trying to get that voice in Parliament, like us, me myself per se, innit, or my people, but there's people that we need to be pushing a certain voice for us, innit, if we're going to be pushing forward with our thing, innit. Cause remember, this thing's about building, but a togetherness to go somewhere. This is a togetherness to lead to something, innit. We need all angles covered, innit. Yeah, so I made a link today with that angle there, and you get me, I think the sister's good food still. She knows what she's talking about. She's done a lot of moves for the community that we respect, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so man know what it is anyway, yeah. We're always promoting things for the community, we're always helping. And on the last video where I put up with the brother, yeah, where he was trying to lock the gate and that, obviously people didn't see everything, I couldn't show everything, but yeah, I gotta pick up that key now, innit? That key's there for me, you get me? So I've gotta go pick up that key, but that's obviously, that's up, sir. I'm down here right now, so the next time I'm up, sir, I'll pick up that key and bust the gate, innit? Yeah, and you know what time it is, innit? Yeah, even now the gate should be bust anyway, but like certification, I'll bust the gate. Like, you see, when you're right, you gotta win. Do you understand? If it's a right thing, you gotta win. So I'm saying to the man them, listen to what the brother's saying on the voice note, yeah. And it's like how many of us are feeling, innit? Let's just be real. Like, what he's saying is honesty, it's the truth of it. That's why I had to catch that now, yeah. And slap that on so man them can hear what I'm going, innit? Cause that's the levels of the thing. We're out here in the park, you see the thing out here, yeah. Yeah, we're in our hometown. Yeah, we're in our hometown. We're not scared to be in our hometown. So man, remember, we're here. You get me? I don't play with no man as my God, or no man as my king, or no man as my leader, or no man as my ruler. That can never happen. Do you understand? I'm sharing, man, levels of the thing, like, it's all fun and games in whatever, but on a real level, like, I'm sharing the man them. Man if I have no king, or man if I have no leader over these, man for lead themselves, man. Do you understand? There's only certain certain levels, you listen to elders and you listen to certain things. The realists know that we only follow ourselves, bro, and the real God above, bro. We're not following no next man's God. A man can't walk and say he's God and I'm following that, bro. That can never happen, bro. A lot of man's got like bosses and that, and a lot of man's got like leaders for them, innit? Like they can't lead themselves, like they ain't got confidence in themselves to lead themselves on something or bring themselves or make something of themselves, so they always gotta look at a next man as a boss to pull you up.
A lot of people not being themselves. Yeah.
Bro, that says
Yourself,
character.
Man.
That speaks on character, bro. That's all that it speaks to me, bro. It speaks on character, G. You get me? Your character's weak, bro. If you can be calling someone else a boss or looking at someone else to help your lifestyle and then submitting to that person, bro. Because that's basically what you're doing, G. You submit to a next man. When you call a man a boss, bro, or you call a man a king, or you call a man a god, bro, you submitted to that man, bro. You submitted to that man, bro. That's where it is, bro. So that's why I'll never do it, because I'm not submitting to no man, innit? I just got plugged on this thing, but I got plugged earlier on this thing with the gal and that and the shop and that, yeah. And what we talking to my man for? If we saw her an horrific act like that, or a act, yeah, not even her, let me bring that back, not even horrific, but an act of, do you get me, like slide brutality on a gal when it's a man, yeah, man, I feel address that, innit? And man, I feel it's not about going there and standing up then, innit, and talking to my man. I think the actions need to be the actions, innit? And you get me? Who's held accountable? We hold that person accountable, innit? You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be a force to make man know, say, yo, it's different, innit? Yeah. Well, the man then will step in it. Man, are gonna step anyway because you know that's man's the end. So man's officially around there, innit? Man's gonna see what I go on. It's funny because man was there today. Right, my brother. Man was there today. So it's so crazy. You get me? But I got this little info later. I would have stepped on this from earlier on this today, you understand? But it is what it is, innit? Big up my brother Ras and that. Big up my brother all the man them and that for bringing this information to me as well, you know, because it's crazy right now. We can't accept that in the community. You're crazy. Are we sitting back and accepting man to put their hand on women like that in the community, bro? Understand? Regardless, bro. Yeah? That's not a thing you can do, and like, once one man starts doing it, you're gonna see a whole bag of men start doing it, and it seems to be like a little chain that, you get me, like a thing where man like doing this thing, you get me, especially in these sort of shops, in these sort of areas, you get what I'm saying?
So basically I'm going to Parliament on Wednesday, and it's basically a 4-year project that I've basically been doing with MOPAC and a lot of other organisations that are passionate about like changing the lives of young people and reducing the crime and reducing the unnecessary criminalisation against young people that are in care or care leavers. So I'm going on Wednesday to talk about a barrister guidance. Well, it's kind of like a barrister guide. So basically, if all the other steps, so first we've got a London-wide protocol, and that is basically a protocol that it basically says you can't get a young person arrested for
So what, like a new legislation or something like that?
Basically, but we call it a protocol, a London-wide protocol, and it's basically just sets out what a young person should be arrested for and like the unnecessary crimes that, you know. What I say is, if they were at their parents' house, they wouldn't get criminalised for these things. So it's just those unnecessary criminalisations, like let's say criminal damage or like just petty things, you know. But yeah, so that's what that is. And then we've also got a training video that has gone round to like police. I don't know who else it's gone round to. It's gone round to actually like support workers. Because my job even got it, which was quite interesting. So any organisations basically that work with young people, they've got this video. Well, they should have this video, and I can send it to you as well if you want. So yeah, the barrister guide or lawyer guide, we could say, is basically there to let the lawyers and the barristers and anyone that's working with the young people, once if the first 2 steps have failed, then they will better understand the young person, better understand like what young people in care actually go through and like the struggles, and just so they can have someone that kind of like understands instead of like,
we like that man, that's better meant for the community.
Do you know what I mean? It's important as well, because yeah, like some people don't actually have much representation as well. They don't have no one in their back, in their corner fighting for them.
It's true.
They literally, all they have is their carer, which sometimes their carer ain't even interested. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, it's really important, and it just
What
it's
about
just
the
an
podcast
extra.
and that as well?
So the podcast, that's just me talking about a little bit about my experience, my like relationship that I've had with police and things like that, and just it's a bit of everything. And then we spoke about like the London-wide protocol and just the work that we're about to do.
I'm gonna plug up the podcast as well, and that, so
But
people can see what I've won.
Also, can I say, if you are a young person, Drive Forward Foundation, a young care experience young person, sorry, Drive Forward Foundation is really good. I've literally been working with them for years, and they're really like supportive. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be going to Parliament next week, like genuinely. So I definitely say if you need someone, you know, to just give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of support, definitely go to Drive Forward, because
And plug up, where can they find you on the Insta or whatever?
my Instagram is Karadine Temple, K with a K, Karadean, Temple, Temple, and or just type in Karadine9 and I should come up. But yeah.
Done no, good sister. It's good work, man. We respect that work there.
Man.
You get me? Done no.
Kids and that, bro.
Yeah. I know.
But these are the same people who are not trying to put money back into the community, bro.
Exactly.
All like that, fam.
Exactly, fam.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fam. That's what it is, and that, bro. All like that, fam.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, them man they're sitting on millions of that, bro. But them man they won't pull out like 20 grand, 50 grand to go, you know, like that. Yeah, let's build like a fucking business
You see?
and whatnot.
It's good
Like
that
a
you,
trade
fam.
business
It's
and
good that
whatnot.
it's good that you know that, my
That's
boy.
what I'm saying, innit? But everyone's all lost at that and clueless, like what's going on and that. Come on, man. All like that, fam. Get me, like, this is the thing and that with our generation. We're going on like we seen, we was young, like we didn't know what. All like that, fam. When we was growing up, you know what it was.
Come on, bro. You already know.
Come on, man. But we wanted money, innit?
Come on,
you know,
bro.
like that. So what makes you think the youngers don't want money?
Exactly, fam. Exactly.
Come on, bro.
But you know,
Like,
that's what. Remember, we're here to guide them, innit? You get it? Because the mistakes we made there, obviously we can see them on the young ones. You get it? Just guide them the right way, bro. You feel me? That's it, bro. You get it? All we can do is try.
Cool, said it, but investing is the key, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Investing is the key, bro. You know, like that one. But it's like, well, if we're stuck with this dog mentality, we're not going nowhere.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, like that. That's how it is, isn't it, bro? You know, like that, fam. Bro, I'll tell you something as well on that, yeah? When you observe around us, yeah, this community is the one begging all other people to put money. It's our community, bro.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Bro, you don't see the Asian community asking for money. You don't see the Turkish community. You don't see the Arab community.
I know.
So why is it our community?
No.
Like, do you see what I'm saying in that, though? You get me? Because these people understand the economy and how it works and that, bro.
Yeah.
That's how it is, isn't it, bro? You get me? If you want to build a community, bro, like, you get me? You gotta be business minded, bro. Everyone's gotta be like, it's like warfare, bro.